Okay, so not really gonna lie, not 100% sure how I'm gonna do this, so just kind of bear with me. I'm sort of making it up as I go. But for starters, I'm starting with this small fire extinguisher. This still has stuff in it, so I'm gonna have to empty that out. This was in my house when I moved in. It says empty. Don't know if it's even really any good anymore, but need to get a new one, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use this. But my main plan is I'm gonna empty this out, drill a hole inside of it to attach these tire valves, which these don't hold a ton of pressure, and that works. And then I'm gonna probably build some sort of barrel onto this, just short to where my hand's not right on top of an open flame. And then attach this, this torch here onto it somehow to ignite. I've seen the King of Random build a fire extinguisher flamethrower similar to this one. I'm sort of got the idea from him years ago, but there's other stuff that's why I'm doing this, and these are already got a lot of the stuff done. So I'm gonna go empty this, drill a hole through it, and go from there. Okay, so I was gonna film me spraying this out into a bag and all that stuff, but it turned out there was no pressure in it. So I ended up having to just take it and dump it out. I cleaned up the mess because there was a lot of just white foam, or not foam, but a powder. I don't know what's in those. Be careful emptying these out. I don't know if this stuff's hazardous, but I'd imagine you don't want to breathe it in. But now that's empty, I'm gonna drill a hole for these. This looks like a .453 is the size I need. I'll have to look and see what size that is in a drill bit, but I'll tell you when I figure that out. So I ended up using a 5/16 bit because it's the closest that I had. According to my measurements, it's just slightly smaller, but it might work. They're all labeled on the side, so yeah, just go with that. But I took the top off, so that way I can drill through without damaging it. Let's see if this works. That was easier than I expected. Valves on there, that part works. I ended up having to use a bigger drill bit. I think it was like a 1/2 inch, but it's just a scrap one I got in auction, so I'm not certain of the size. But again, you also have to figure out what size your valves are. But I gave a quick test pump, and I couldn't get it all the way to full for the pressure, but I think that was more of a lack of my physical body size with my pump. But I think we should be enough. I think we'll be able to fire a quick burst of flame, not like, the big long, stream of fire they shoot in the movies, but still, I think it'll be fun. Okay, that actually was a lot better than I thought it would. That was just water, by the way. After that quick test with water, I'm thinking my original plan of building some sort of barrel might not be necessary, but I will build some sort of cover over this, probably out of some sort of steel pipe, just to keep the flames away from my hand and to give my torch something to mount onto. My basic plan is I'll probably strap it onto here and then just have something back here to hold it in place. Probably at this point weld it on since I won't have a barrel inside. I was going to rivet it, but this seems to be going a lot easier than I thought it would. Filming? Yeah, okay. So I did this at 10 o'clock at night, so I didn't film it. It was late, I wanted to get it done because I really only have a little bit left to do on this, and I want to have it done so I can test it tonight when I'm somewhere where I'm not going to burn the whole place to the ground when testing. But basically, I glued on my steel pipe, makes it very front heavy, just used epoxy. This is the same stuff I use for knife handles and pretty much everything. Once this stuff sticks, it can pretty much glue anything to anything and it won't come off. And then I welded this piece of steel on here before I glued it just so that it wouldn't melt the glue. And basically, it's what I'm gonna mount my torch onto. So what I'm gonna do is get a piece of, probably looks like it's gonna be 1 inch tube. I'm gonna cut it in half. I'm gonna cut that at an angle and then weld it in place. This thing is really unstable. And then, I don't know, actually there. I'm gonna take these hose clamps and clamp it on. I was just gonna wrap the steel around it, but I thought it looked really stupid. And with the whole just kind of welded together post-apocalyptic look this is gonna kind of have, I figured the hose clamps would be my best option. But then I'm gonna also probably place a 3/4 inch tube, put over this, drill holes in the top, just to give it a little wider end and just, you know, kind of make it look cool. And other than that, it's gonna be pretty much done. Now I'm just gonna tighten up these hose clamps and it's gonna be complete. So I'm just gonna tighten up the hose clamps. Feel me, it's pretty dumb. Now that's what I call an apocalyptic flamethrower. And that's how you make a little mini flamethrower. I had to use a little piece of metal to hold the torch down. I'm pretty sure you can find ones of these that have the dial on them and automatically light. You don't have to do that, but the one I had just didn't happen to have one of those. So I just kind of improvised. But it was really messy when using it. I ended up having my hand covered in kerosene and yeah, but it was still fun. You'll probably see the results of those tests just after this of what it looks like more, you know, being in front of it. And shoots a lot of flame, but, you know, it's more just for fun. I wouldn't really recommend this for using like as a weed burner or clearing snow or whatever, just because it maybe shoots for 30 seconds and it's done. But I will say, and I'll probably say this somewhere at the beginning of the video and pretty much everywhere for this, don't actually make one of these. I know I show you how to do it. This is more just for entertainment. Don't try this. This could have potentially been a very bad idea, and I could be severely burned. I'm not, but bad things could happen. I just know what I'm doing and know how to do it safely. But warnings aside, this was a lot of fun and surprisingly quick to do. I'll probably build more of them, but a lot better in the future. This took like less than a day to build, so yeah, hope you enjoyed. Okay, I'm out here at Farm Pond because it's really dry here and it's about the only place where I could shoot this where I wouldn't end up burning the whole county to the ground. As much fun as that would be, I really don't want to get charged with arson and have to break out of prison. So here I am, lovely moon, just after sunset. Beautiful evening. Flamethrower about half full of kerosene. I have this little clip here, just bent metal to hold the torch down. Some of them you can have a little knob and ignite it. This one doesn't, so I improvised. So I'm gonna pressurize this and just shoot an arc off over the pond.